lying through your teeth like that.
Fuck you, dude.
I mean, but like
Fuck you,
like
fuck
to be
you,
fair though, like I
fuck
would like
you,
to
fuck
believe
you.
that like a lot of them are good people. I don't know. Like I think Nightwing's chill. I feel like there were a lot of people over there that I was able to talk to that didn't seem like unreasonable people. But like then like obviously I do feel like intellectually speaking, some of like the lower end of DGG does tend to end up over there to be completely honest. Um, but that doesn't change the fact that like some of the people that are there are fun. And like I don't know how to like get around the fact that like these people come to me and they're like, no, like I don't care what's going on between you guys at all. Like I don't think you're wrong. I completely see why you're upset. And then like they are apparently like afraid they're gonna get banned from Good Vibes for be even associating with me.
Well, who gives a
Which
shit?
Starkey's assumed in like well presumed in many cases. So like just like a shit ton of people have decided like to not associate with me for a fear of Starkey like freaking the fuck out and being paranoid of everything that's not happening. Um, it's just like a whole like it's just like such a stupid situation to be honest.
From their perspective, you're the bully, Tech. You are berating them and uh, publishing everything negative about them on the internet. So,
So I mean, Ron was here from in my server pretty much from the beginning. He knows that for weeks I was like, yeah, no, like we're not arguing with good vibes. Like we're not like doing like a whole server war thing. Like I'm not doing that. And like I would actually like try and quell people from saying things, and then like people kept saying things and saying things and saying things, and then eventually one day Starkey came over here and said things. And at that point, I pretty much decided that like I'm no longer being chill. And that's when I started responding. And yeah, in some cases, like videos were uploaded, I guess, of people, but like it's not my fault that they clearly cannot read. Like
they
I'm
fucking can, dude.
like this is called the streaming room. It has always been called the streaming room. The rules very clearly outline that if you're in the streaming room, you should expect that you are being recorded. Okay, so it seems really and actually I will give some faith. There are times where like I wasn't in the streaming room and was recording. And then like also it does also say furthermore that I expect that you're being recorded in the server. Also, like I think that like everybody understood I was streaming and that also this server was being recorded. I think it's a really weak excuse that people want to say that like I didn't know I was being recorded or I didn't consent to being recorded. And it's like if you didn't know you're being recorded, like you congratulations. Like you literally like couldn't read it's 11 rules. It's 11 rules. Like it's not and they're not that long at all. The very first rule says as part of joining the server, you acknowledge and agree like to your voice and recording and images and everything on any platform under fair use. Like it's very straightforward. It's very straightforward. It's in bold letters. So like when people say I'm putting things out there, what's really happening is people came here and said things, and then I was like, yeah, these are the things that were said by literally uploading them saying it. So I don't know what their point there is that I'm
I don't
being a
know, man.
Hey,
bully.
I'll tell you what I think, and it is what it is, right? I think that people, a lot of people are looking for somebody to blame shit on, right? And you've sort of you're the Captain Hook of a lot of the fucking drama that's happened just in general. And they're looking for
By
somebody
Captain Hook,
to
you mean that like
rally
I'm the
against,
person who
be the
has the
fucking bad
server
guy.
where
But in
it
reality,
happened.
everything you say is what they need to hear. And they can't deal with that. So they join together in a whole little fucking army of disgruntled employees that don't want to hear the truth and they hate you. That's my perspective of you, Tag W. And they don't like it, but they need to hear it, and they don't want to hear it. So they box you out and they mute you, and they sort of try to banish what you're saying. But in reality, they lust for it deep down in their soul.
You didn't have to say lust. Oh, rage it.
Yeah, dude.
Lost.
They
with
lust for
a
that.
with a capital L, okay?
Yeah. And Holly Dolly, if you're watching this review right now, you're exactly who the fuck I'm talking about, and you
Oh
know it.
Jesus, it's calling someone out.
Yeah.
Oh no, I think the thing is people feel very differently when it turns out that what they said was recorded. This happens all the fucking time, and then people push back on the idea like, "Oh my god, I didn't know you were recording," da 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 da, because people like expect like to be able to get away with saying whatever the fuck they want and have like plausible deniability, and they fucking act like strange when there isn't plausible deniability anymore. And then they get upset, and that's I understand why, but I don't know. Feels like you should maybe fucking just like I've done it on the server before when I'm like, okay, what I'm about to say is actually inflammatory, and I feel like if it hits the internet, people are going to get their feelings hurt, and I don't mean for people to get their feelings hurt. I've like straight up asked, asked them, like, hey man, are you recording? And it's gone, no, or yeah. I'm like, oh, okay, all good, right? Then you just
Yeah.
like fucking don't say the thing. Like
I
it's
think I've
fucking
stopped.
easy.
I think I've stopped recording. Also, if like you were gonna say a thing that
Yeah.
like I wanted to hear.
Yeah, exactly. I've gone, hey, Tech, are you recording, man? And he'll go, yeah. I'm like, okay, I won't say it if you. No, I want to hear it. And then yeah, the recording stops, and then you chat about the thing. And that's it. Because like, like half the time it's just I don't want to be involved in drama.
Yeah.
More than
No, but
anything. But like,
that's the excuse people use to box out the voices they don't want to hear, right? Like, I don't want to be a part of drama. Oh my God. Like, you said something about me. I'm so upset about that. I'm just going to block you out for my fucking life. But the reality is you need somebody every now and again, right? I'm not saying every day of your life, but you need somebody that's going to come in and ruffle your fucking feathers a little bit and sort of fucking be a little disgruntling in your capacity for shit. That's not the right in your
yeah,
way of living life. Yeah, somebody
I
has to come in
didn't
and ruffle your
give you the
feathers a little.
story. I didn't give you the story for the previous song, by the way, as well. So when you get time, you might want to hear that one because it's a funny one.
Dude, I
Because that's
love it, but I
also a
want to
teenager song.
I'm still stuck on. I want to hear Tech W's first love one because I'm
Ah,
curious if you've ever felt it because but yeah but my thing is that I'm trying to hang my hat on is I don't like I don't think how do I phrase this? I think the people that are willing to speak their own truths aren't being able to do that anymore due to the ability for people to just live in their own echo chambers, right? The normal human thing is you have to, for most of human history, whoever you were around is who you had to get along with. But in the modern world, you can just exist with people that constantly gas you up and tell you what you want to fucking hear.
No, I actually hear
But
what you're
you need
saying,
to
and that
hear
was like
people that
one of
fucking
my
don't want
yeah, and like I hear where you're coming from. Like that was one of my things. Like when I created the servers, like I was mods in different servers that had different types of people that like I liked, and I was like, dude, like these are intelligent people. I should be able to bring them together in the same place and like them manage to see eye to eye.
They should, right?
But
Yeah.
like that just like doesn't seem to happen at all, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Um,
and at the Good Vibes server, you became like this like abusive woman battering slash abusing
that's such a
individual who's constantly
crazy
attacking these
perception.
people, and they looked at you as like some like fucking woman beating
God forbid I call
absolute
Hallie a spineless
violent
dumb bitch
individual.
one
And I
time.
felt like
Suddenly
I
I'm
was
like
part of the
a abusive woman battering person. That's
yeah, I felt like
hilarious.
I was a part of like some woman's shelter when I'm like looking for like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, my
And it's wild
bad.
because everybody has problems with Halle Dally. Literally everybody.
Yeah, and then they're like, I
But
don't
like
understand why Trey was
now,
suddenly so
but
mean to her. Like I was the first person that ever was mean to her. Also, But like to hear
No, it's,
Hallie say it, she's like, "That's the worst thing that anybody's ever done to me. I never want to feel that way again as long as I'm alive." And it's like, I called you a spineless dumb bitch. Like, chill.
yeah, settle the fuck down, dude. Okay. Like, it's okay. But how does Hal Dally respond, right? And this is I said this before I left. This is the reason I got banned from that server. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I'm banned from Good Vibes, right? Because Hallie Dally and that friend Eve, which I know you guys know just based off this conversation, were gassing up Starkey because they don't like you because you told them hard truths. From my perspective, that's how I felt. Okay.
Well, I just thought that like it was really interesting that like when I was talking to Starkey when we were trying to settle things, Starkey was like, and I just want to let you know that like I apologize for saying the N word, and anything she apologized for was just like, yeah, no, no problem, moved on. I'm gonna move on from it. I don't care. But then when it
Starkey
came to
is on
like the
cloud
most, when
nine
it comes
right
to
now
like the
because
most
she thinks she
minor
has this
infraction for
server.
me, I'm genuinely a bully that does not deserve forgiveness. Um, and like
Thank you.
in a lot of these situations, I'm willing to admit an infraction on the behalf that like these people feel hurt. But it does not mean that I think I was wrong in the arguments and stuff like this.
Yeah.
So like I feel like I'm going like above and beyond and that like these people are not apologizing. They are not recognizing where they have been wrong. They're taking literally no responsibility whatsoever.
Zero.
And just like being like,
So
the only thing
so
Starkey's
take
apologized for is
Dirty
for
Dan,
calling me
right?
the N word, and that's because optically she can't stomach people knowing that she did that and hasn't apologized. That's the only reason she apologized for that one thing. That's the only thing that
This is why
actually
I
mattered to
respect you,
her.
Tag W, right? You look at like Dirty Dan and the lady he's talking to, right? And you take Tech Protect and the lady he's talking to, right? The only reason those women are gravitating towards them is because you're the bully that they get to defeat, and now they view them as you're the dragon that they went and slayed, so they get to have the
Why do you have
gold.
to make everything so philosophical, bro? Just use normal
What?
things.
This isn't even philosophical. This is
It's not
just
philosophical.
retarded.
It's just like mythological at this point. Like,
But I know, dude, I know. Okay, yes, I get why you guys would say 100%. Like, there's a lot of like,
To be
I'm
clear,
making a lot of leaps and
the big
bounds.
bad for Tech Protect is Neon. Okay, I don't.
no, so
Yes, yeah, no, that's true.
well,
100%.
apparently
Yes.
he told them that I don't know. He claims he didn't say this, but Dan, who is a mod in her server and was present in the conversation, says that he sent ketamine to tell them that if I'm in the server, Tech Protect won't be in the server anymore.
Yeah, whatever. Boo, hiss. Who cares?
Which is
Boring.
just like weird as
What the
well.
fuck?
It's boring except for the fact that he
It's
keeps
all
pretending
stupid.
it's not. It's
No.
all stupid. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
so like to give you an idea, like Starkey has a hate burner for me as well, and we just sort of don't fucking talk about it because like Starkey's gonna be mentally ill wherever Starkey's gonna be mentally ill, and you just like leave it alone. Like
No,
I guess in
it'll
like
Starkey's
sort
if
not.
itself
No,
situations
I'll
were
stand up
just
for
Starkey,
Starkey
I
here.
wouldn't have
I
a
don't think
problem with that,
Starkey's
to be
mentally ill.
out.
honest.
Yeah.
Hold up. Whoa. Let's not talk shit.
No,
Okay.
Starkey is diagnosably schizophrenic, to be clear.
Yep.
Okay, but the health
Not
professionals are
even
dumb as fuck.
diagnosably, she is diagnosed
Well,
schizophrenic.
no, hold on. This isn't a dumb as fuck diagnosis. This isn't a this is a like this is the whole thing. I don't want to like dox Starkey. But there's
No,
like a whole
don't
bunch of
please
information.
don't.
I don't, that's 100% correct.
No. Okay. Here's my thing with Starkey. Right.
Hmm.
Starkey went through a situation where she was completely thrown under the bus in an entire college of individuals, and they got laughed at essentially by her entire community of people, and now it left her feeling powerless. And the fact that she was able to hold like a sense of whatever normalcy in her community was amazing for the most of the time. That's why I respected her. I was like, that's dope that you could go through all of that and still
Starkey
like
does
give people the benefit of
Starkey
the doubt.
does
But
a
now
lot of
Starkey's
lying
on
on the
this
internet.
axe spree where anybody who says anything that doesn't agree with her, gone, gone, gone.
Starkey
Now
does
we're
a
moving.
lot of lying on the internet, which is like really bold of her, considering how easy it is to figure out like her identity and her like life history.
Yeah, like the last GMs, the last 2 to 3 GMs or the mods of her server have just been axed, and she's letting the power get to her head because it's the first time she's ever felt a sense of social power, right? Like now
I
she
agree with that, but
asked
I feel like
we
everybody
she asked
else.
we
I
to do
feel
it.
like
We
everybody
think
else
such a sweet
sympathizes with
healthy.
her whenever she does extreme things that cause drama, and then like get upset with the people she's doing these things to for reacting because, well, they think that like, okay, well, she doesn't know how to handle this power. Emotionally, she has an issue here, or this is just Starkey, and that's fine and all, but like these same people come to me with literally like the highest standards of how they expect me to be.
But they do it under like okay, so when they talk to Starkey, they'll do it you know what I mean, in front of everybody. But then when they do it to you, it's low key. Like it has to be fucking, you know what I mean? Like they'll do it like I don't want to mention it, but like can you help me out here? You know what I mean? I bet you that's what it is.
Well, no, they'll say they don't want the drama, but like realistically, they want to be able to say a thing and not get called out on it being bullshit. That's it.
Yeah, it's some bullshit, dude.
Like they want to be able to talk about me and create this entire narrative about me without me being able to say anything or know even necessarily what the narrative is. And that's my problem.
Dude, I got axed from her server with like not able 100% not even having a trial.
Yeah, that's honestly, it's
Yeah.
the like. Fuck.
And
Okay,
I
you
only say
can't.
that, and I
Okay,
get
you
it. I
can't
can
hang
relate.
out.
But
Okay,
I said
can't.
I got axed out of fucking nowhere, bro. Out of nowhere.
Yeah, look, it's just if people are flinging mud, the best thing you can do if you want to keep yourself not dirty is just to fucking leave. And so they've done like you a fucking favor. Okay, just fuck me.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I do.
This is
Like,
just like
do you want
this all just like dies down. This is all high school bullshit. Okay, this is all fucking lame. Like
Here, chicken. You want to know why you're autistic?
if
I'll
it's
tell
getting
you
to the
right now.
point if it's getting to the point where it's getting annoying, you can literally leave that shit alone. Like leave it a month or so. You'll get a couple of annoying DMs. If you don't respond to them, you just go, I'm just not dealing with this shit anymore. It just blows over.
That's yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, obviously, right? But there can only be so many pragmatists in a group before it becomes a fucking cult. Like,
Wait, so many pragmatists in a group? What?
if everybody is logical, they'll be blind to manipulation. Yes, you need like you can't.
I just wanted to end this
No, it's
video
like
and I
wait,
can't
hold
end
on.
it there. God damn it.
What? No, the issue is like obviously the manipulation there. Obviously, Starkey is not of sound mind. Obviously, Starkey does some fucking fucked shit. Right? Starkey is fucking wild, right? Like
No,
we all fucking
Starkey's
know this.
doing okay. Starkey's doing what the group wants her to do. So, like, if you look at the
Wait,
story
is
of
that really
Hitler,
what you
right?
think's happening?
Yes,
Mhm.
Hitler.
Hey, are
Starkey's
you comparing
100% being
Starkey to
gaslit.
Hitler?
It's a good analogy in this particular case. What I'm
Hold on,
gonna
are
say.
you recording? Is this the like the intro? Or is it like if you compare Starkey to Hitler, like it's like the cut up at the beginning of the video.
So what the fuck's going on with this fucking shit? What's going on?
No, all
Uh,
I'm saying is
Honestly,
eventually
it's
somebody puts themselves in a position of power and they will do what the majority wants strictly due to holding the position of power
yeah,
because
but
they
it seems
want
like
it
it's
so
only the
bad.
majority of like a small group that want this. To be
um,
fair,
Yes, but in the case of Hitler, that small group became a whole entire nation. So,
look, Starkey does what Starkey wants. I actually don't think this is the correct read on the situation. But I mean, hey,
yeah,
Starkey was
yeah.
doing this before Good Vibes was as big as apparently is now.
What was Starkey doing?
Just this fucking like weird fucking like shit that Starkey does. Okay.
Oh.
Stick
And it's
around.
literally just Starkey. Starkey is a bit unstable. Starkey has some mental health issues, and yeah, and like the issue is there's a whole bunch of like mud gets thrown around in those servers.
Yeah, Starkey's getting. I don't like it because I think Starkey's losing their sense of dignity and their sense of who they are based off of DG or based off of Discord, and it's kind of scaring me. I don't like it personally.
Starkey doesn't have a consistent sense of self. It's part of her diagnosis.
Well, that would explain a lot, I guess. But yeah, that's
And
my whole
scene.
feelings. I want to just if you want to